That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
Hey, it's Nate with another piano tutorial. Today I'm doing Losing My Religion by R.E.M. I remember being a little kid when this was on MTV, and I was always so captivated by it. The chords are pretty simple, and I'm going to teach you an easy but great sounding piano arrangement. Throughout, I'll give you some slightly more advanced options, including going over some cool alternative rhythms at the end. Let's jump in. Okay, so first off, I recommend you get the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description. That'll help you follow along and see where the chords line up with the words that you sing. And I'm actually gonna skip over the intro for now and do it at the end because it's a little bit more tricky and it builds on some of what we're gonna learn in other sections. So we'll start with the verse. This song is in the key of C major, so that's all the white keys, which makes it nice and easy. Perhaps it's more accurate to say it's in the key of A minor, which is the relative minor from C major, so also all white keys. And here are the chords for the verse. So the first chord out is gonna be an A minor chord. So that's just A, C, and E. This is middle C here for reference. And throughout the song, I'm gonna be doing left-hand bass notes, just playing the note the chord is named after. I'm gonna do this with my thumb here and just do an A down here, an octave lower. And we've got two measures of that before we go to an E minor chord. Now we're gonna do an inversion of an E minor chord so we can keep our pinky on this E that we are already doing in the A minor chord and just move the thumb down. And it's gonna be a G, a B, and an E. I use thumb, second finger, and pinky there. And then we can use our fourth finger here on the low E. And it's on that E minor for two measures. Speaking of measures, we're in 4/4 time, so each one of these measures gets 4 counts. We're kind of feeling this song like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe even a little bit faster once you get the hang of it. So let me play through this first line. I'm gonna do quarter note chords in my right hand, so just playing on each count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just loops around again, back to A minor. It's gonna do that 3 times. Of course, this is with the vocals going, oh, life is bigger than you, and you are not me. So right there on not me, we're starting our second repetition, like I said, 3 times through, and then it goes to a D minor. So we're gonna be coming off the E minor at the end of the third repetition. Again, it looks like that. Now a D minor is the exact same shape. We're just gonna step it down one. So we're gonna step to the pinky in the left hand on D, and we're just gonna take the shape and move it down one here. That's gonna be F, A, and D. And then after 2 measures of that, we're gonna go to G. You can use your second finger here on the left, and pinky can stay on D in the right, and then just a root position, simple G major chord, all the notes evenly spaced, G, B, D. So going into the third repetition of that first line, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much, down to that D minor. I set it up. That's me in the corner. So that would be the chorus starting. Now, I've heard different people call the sections of the songs different things. Some call this next section the pre-chorus. Kind of sounds like a chorus to me, even though it is literally the same thing as the verses. So same chords. It's just it has those iconic words that the song is named after. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. Now, maybe now I will bring up, I'm gonna do a little bit more rhythm in my left hand throughout just to give it a little bit more energy. So we're gonna need to be thinking in eighth notes, so not just 1, 2, 3, 4, but dividing the beat in half and thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm gonna add some left hand hits in addition to playing on the first count of measures. I'm also gonna play in between some of them, like 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So specifically the and after beat 2. Just gonna put that in. It just makes it a little groovier. One cool little detail in the recording is on the E minor, sometimes I think it's the mandolin, they do this kind of strummed slow upstroke on the E minors, like the distance in your eyes. Oh no, basically just a little strum there, top, middle, bottom. And you want to time it so that by the time you hit the bottom note, that's the downbeat of the measure with the E minor. So you want to kind of anticipate it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to do with just 3 notes on the recording. There's more notes getting strummed. So it's something you can play around with. I think it sounds kind of cool. I might throw it in a few times. Sweet. I think we can move on to the bridge now. Some people call it the chorus. It sounds like a bridge to me. And that's going to be the, I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. So, here's the chord progression for that. And just notice that right off the bat here, I'm just gonna move my left hand up, just kind of hop it up from where it was so that when we play this F chord, which I'll show you in just a sec, we're gonna be on our pinky because that'll help us reach up to some of the higher stuff we need to do. So we've got this F chord to start. We're doing an inversion on a typical F major chord. It's really the same shape we were doing for the E minor and the D minor. So 1, 2, and 5 for the fingers A, C, and F. And notice that we're on that for a measure and a half. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the G. Now we get to this A minor. Right hand does it just like we were doing before. We're doing the third finger this time in the left. But this is that cool walk up bass moment. And if this is too tricky, you can totally skip it. But basically, every 2 counts, it's gonna step up a note, including C, including D. So I'm gonna stretch the thumb up a little bit to that. And I'm gonna count it like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and then I think I saw. So this is the second line. You try, just a regular full measure of A minor down to G for a measure. Every whisper, and that would be the next verse starting. Before we move on from the bridge, I want to just mention a couple little details that you could do to make it more accurate to the recording, but it would be a little trickier. That stepping up bass line on the recording actually goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it actually makes its way all the way up to E. It would sound like, thought that I heard you sing. 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now, I'm not going to do that just because it's a lot more to think about rather than just getting in a groove and doing the same rhythm every time. And I think the way that I'm doing it sounds just as good, but you can take your pick there. Another detail that's on the recording, between the F and the G in that second measure, it goes really quickly to D minor before stepping up to G. So like 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. I find that it's not that important and that it just kind of throws off my rhythm when I'm trying to play piano. But if the way I'm doing it sounds to your ear like it's missing something, you could totally throw that in. All right, so after that bridge, we got another couple verses. Same thing as the other verses, just different words. We've got another bridge, and then we've got the breakdown section. This is what it's going to sound like.
That was just a dream. That was just a dream, and that's me in the corner.
So that would be going into the final chorus. So here's the underlying chord changes in this section. I'm gonna be doing actually fifths in my left hand. So just the outside notes of root position triads on this. So for the A minor, I'm just doing A and E for a measure. Stepping down to G fifths, so G and D. Stepping down to F fifths, F and C. Back up, then we're gonna go up to C fifths, C and G. up to D minor for a measure, and then back and forth. So for the D minor, it's just D and A. All the while, the right hand is playing this melody on every single eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it's stepping between E, D, C, skipping the B and going to A, 1 and 2 and so it steps down on the and after 2, so it's not exactly divided in half in that measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it does basically the same thing rhythmically on the C and A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so all together it'll be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the chord changes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that melody starts over as the left hand goes to the F. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's just going to follow the same thing with the C, the D. Then right at the end we've got C, and then instead of finishing up the melody as I've showed it to you so far, it just does on beat 4 and it just finishes up with just 1 C, 1 A. So like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it goes to the D in the left hand. I do want to say though that once we get to the C, that's where the vocals start going. That was just a dream. That was just a dream, and that's and it's a little hard to keep track of that melody while you're singing the words. It's just kind of a lot for your brain to process at a time. It may be easier to just stick on the E once you start singing. That was just a dream. I think that's totally legit because on the recording, the mandolin is actually doing an E the whole time too. The real melody is kind of more like... Doesn't work as well on piano as it does on the recording though, so I think you can pick either one. Just sticking on the E makes it easier. So after the breakdown, after the chorus, after the breakdown, there is the outro. We called it the outro. Really, it's like an extended bridge. So it starts off with, thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. But we're gonna go around 3 times on that. I thought I saw you try. So this time, unlike the other bridge after saw you try, it keeps doing the walk up. That was just a dream. Try, cry, why, try. So that was the 3rd time, and then we finish it up with, that was just a dream, just a dream, just a dream, dream. Now we're at the very last moment. Here's all we got. We're just gonna hang out on 8 measures of A minor fifths in the left hand like we were doing in the breakdown, just pulsing on 8th notes on that high E. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. So on the 8th measure, when you hit it, we've got this melody. Nice and easy. We don't have to move our hand around at all. It all falls under 5 fingers. We got E, D, C, A, D, C, A, C, A. And the rhythm is really consistent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But you can kind of slow down there at the end as the song winds to a close. All right, so first things last, I mentioned at the beginning we were skipping over the intro. Let's do it now. So the intro is basically like a bridge, but we've got a little bit more melody to do. It's going to sound like this. So At the underlying level, it is still the same chord progression as the bridge. For the Fs, though, I am going to do a root position F. The reason is the melody is, and when we get to that last note, the C, we're going to also do the chord. So if the C that we want to hear as the melody is the highest note in the chord, it'll stand out a little bit more. So the melody is 3 and 4 and, so that's D, E, D, A, all eighth notes. They're kind of pickup notes in like incomplete measure. You can think of the count off to the song being like 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, and then the song kicks in there. So we're gonna do 3 and 4 and then hit this measure just with the F chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next measure with the S. 1, 2, and then on the 2 counts where we would go to G, our left hand's gonna step to the G bass note, and we're gonna do that melody again. 3 and 4 and I'm actually gonna hit these bass notes on 3 and 4. 3 and 4 and now on the A, it's going to be really similar to what we did before. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and then 3 and 4 and once again you could do 3 and 4 and then it loops around again to finish up the intro. So let me just play that whole thing. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Oh, life. Then we're in the verse. The first verse, I would probably actually hop my thumb down to the A to get ready for everything that happens in the verse. And finally, before I wrap this up, I want to just give you a couple other options for the rhythm because the groove on this song is pretty complicated and just doing the quarter notes doesn't quite capture it, but trying to fully capture it is pretty difficult. One alternative way you could just feel all of this would be to actually do the quarter notes in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and do more of that offbeat rhythm in the right hand. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Oh, life is bigger than you, and you are not me. Throughout the song, the mandolin is doing different kind of upbeat rhythms. It's not the same every time. For example, if you do this approach when you go to the D minor, oh no, I said too much. I said it. It does the 1, 2, and 3, 4, and anyway, I think this is a little bit more of a complicated approach, but it might sound better to some of you because it mimics the mandolin rhythm in the right hand. So if you do it that way, you can just feel it out. Another way that I think really does capture the energy of this song, but I thought it would be too advanced to have it be the main thing I teach in this tutorial, would be a rhythm like this. Oh, life is bigger than you, and you are not me. That's too complicated to fully go into right now. In my course, Piano Chord Breakthroughs, there is a rhythm very similar to this that I break down step by step for one of the songs in that. But basically, real quick, you're breaking up the right hand into bottom and top. So 2 notes together versus the thumb on its own. And we're doing something like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so every combination of single bottom note, middle and top, and full chord kind of gets played in the right. So if you want to do that, you can check out my course or just slow down what I just did and just repeat it really slowly until you start to get that muscle memory. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. I am now going to do a full cover of the song so you can see how all these parts we've talked about fit together in the full arrangement. If you got some value out of this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Also, subscribe and click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this. Also, leave a request in the comments. This one was a request. All right, here's my version of Losing My Religion.
Bigger than you, and you are not me. The lengths that I will go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper of every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep an eye on you, like a hurt, lost and blinded fool. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. Consider this, the hint of a century. Consider this, the slip that brought me to my knees failed. What if all these fantasies come flailing around, but now I've said too much. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. That was just a dream. That was just a dream, and that's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh, now I said too much. I haven't said